Holy crap, you got me a list. Hello, Americans, and other friends and subscribers around the world. Back here, man.
Morning coffee.
Morning coffee time. We're actually going to start this off. The plan depends on how long this kitty gabs. But the plan is just to kind of go over what we got going on, what we're going to be doing today, and then maybe clip in a few clips as we go along through the day. That was what Miss Kitty was thinking might be a good idea.
Good idea.
So, what do you got going on today, Miss Kitty?
Well, first thing I want to do is put on my slushy boots and go shovel some slush so we can move around a little bit easier. It is deep. Knee deep in slush.
Yeah, and then, which man, it missed us by that much. Yeah. McCall, which is right up above us. Mm-hmm. And up at Browndage, they got 40 inches in the last 3 days. 42 inches.
It was 38, I think, in the last 3 days. And they're expecting another foot.
Oh, really? Holy smokes,
we dodged a bullet there.
That's right. That's good for the skiers, man. They can have it.
Yeah, and it's light and fluffy.
But ours, man, turned it snowed, for 2 days straight or 28 hours straight. We got probably, I'd say, close to 6 inches. Yeah. And now the temps have warmed up, man. Last night's low was 38 or something like that, man. It's pretty warm out there. Yeah. And, man, it has turned to this slushy, nasty mess. And it's so heavy for shoveling.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, but now it's turned to slush. And then, man, go out there, man, and it ain't a squirrel outside, man. We got a skunk running around the cabin. I ain't seen him yet, but I sure the heck can smell him.
Yeah. It's strong enough to make your eyes water inside.
Yeah, and he's running around somewhere, man. So, man, we've been keeping Kai.
Yeah, he's laying down
close
over here on the floor. He's
then, if you've watched our videos, what was it, last year that he got sprayed 3 times?
It runs together. I don't know if it's last
I think
year.
he sees him, and they're the same color, so he thinks it's his long-lost cousin or something. Man, but them skunks don't like him.
My little mini-me.
Yeah, crazy. And that one, if you look back on our videos, we didn't get it on video, I wish. But Miss Kitty was walking up the path, and it was summertime, and I hear, babe. And I had the door open, and I was sitting in here listening some stuff, and when she came around the corner, there's a skunk standing in the doorway staring at me. Dude, if he would have came in here, oh my Lord.
I didn't want to, be loud and startling and make him spray in my doorway, but I had to get his attention.
So she's afraid I was going to jump up and get sprayed. So she says, babe. And then, I'm like...
That was weird.
And I thought maybe she fell or something, because that was the kind of, this panic sound when it hit me. And I jumped up and walked there. And about that time, I see just the tail of the skunk. And I see Kai's nose going right up his hindquarters. And then, boom. Yeah. And it was just this, it was so bad. Twice it came in the cabin last year. Twice it got sprayed, right out the door.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It was.
Skunks. Big skunks, man. If you ain't ever been sprayed or been around a skunk, that skunk smell that you smell when somebody hits them with a car or something, man, that is pleasant like a rose compared to when...
a spray.
Yeah, it's indescribable. It's a choking, man. It's nasty.
What we used to get the smell... it was probably 90% of the smell went away was hydrogen peroxide and baking soda.
Yep.
Mix it together in paste, couple drops of Dawn dish soap.
3 times, man.
Yeah. Scrub it on, rinse it off.
Yeah, it was nasty. What we kind of determined there is I had, which I'm not sure, he was actually, I'd caught him out there eating the cat food a couple of times, or seen him, at a distance.
Because they really like cat food.
Yeah, and then the other, so I started putting the cat food up on top of the shed. And that was one of the first places I looked very carefully. Dan was out there at the cat food, but because I got him out there by the woodshed now, down low. And then the other problem that I changed was our compost. We had a compost pile, we were composting out back, but pretty close to the cabin, so it was convenient and stuff. Man, you kind of want to keep that stuff at a distance.
Away.
All right, so we got off. So the plan, like I said, is to go over a few of these things we do and then clip in some clips. But we already started off talking for way too long. Just hear something?
Your chair?
Well, I swear I just heard somebody say, "Hey!"
I
ghost.
did, no.
There is ghosts right here, and I'm
There
telling
is.
you.
There is clumps of snow falling off the branches.
Oh, okay. No,
so
it almost sounded like a baby saying, "Hello." I'm getting the hell out of here.
Oh.
All right, so anyway.
So we're going to get our paths clear so we can move about because there's a few things we've got to get done.
Right, and then I showed, I think it was the video before last or something, they all run together, especially when you're doing 2 channels, man. I've been trying to separate, you know, it's almost like just trying to separate church from state.
Yeah.
I'm trying to separate mountain junk, you know, but when it's your life, it's obviously going to run over to
And
here.
that's the thing is we're trying to separate our lives from our work.
Right, and then have 2 different places for it.
Right.
But, you know, but when your work is also
makes our life possible.
Well, that and our it's my it's my passion.
Right.
I know, man. Miss Kitty loves the junking too.
I love you more than I love the junk.
Oh, really?
So
ooh, man, I'm gonna have to think on that one. Let me see Miss Kitty in the junk. Whoa, dude, don't do that to me, man. But on the video before last, I showed that old cast iron sharpening wheel, you know, and I was messing with it. I did end up getting what was wrong and why it wasn't, the motor just didn't have enough to do it, is the grease was so cold, man. And once I got it warmed up, man, it was working great. But I'm going to, actually it'll be over, you can go over to Mountain Junkers. Make sure you go to Mountain Junkers, man. Subscribe while you're over there. We're getting close to that 1,000. I'm pretty excited. But I'm going to go over there and or film for that. That's where I'm trying to separate it. But clean that thing up, man. I'm going to use a wire brush or brass brush and clean it all up, and then trying to decide, which I'll talk about over there, the best way to sell it, because I am going to go ahead and sell it.
If it's going to be in two separate.
So we gotta wait. We gotta figure out the shipping, man. There's some other ones on there, man, and they got just the sharpening wheel itself, you know, and man, they've got some, you can find one for, you know, $65, $75, but then they want $100 to ship. It don't cost me $100 to ship that thing, man.
It really depends on where it's coming from and going to, I guess.
Right. But still, UPS or whatever, man, I'd guess $50 tops. And with the motor, I would say $50 or $60 tops with the whole. Yeah, I would think. Okay. Anyway, man,
I can do some calculations.
We're on the wrong channel for this, Miss Kitty.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to be working on. First thing is I'm going to go out and, like I said, film that for Mountain Junkers and do that. But there might be a little clip of that in here. And then she's got a whole dang list here. Oh, and wanted to thank Micah.
Thank you, Micah.
Just right here when we were sitting down for this video.
That was a very nice
He
surprise.
hit the tip jar, man, and thanked us. I don't know if you wanted to read the note, but
he well, I don't have it pulled up, but he thanked us for helping him start his eBay store,
which he is doing very well, man. 300 something feedbacks, all positive, and you know, we talk to him, or Miss Kitty does talk to him, what, about once a month or something?
About once a month, yeah.
First got him rolling and stuff like that, so right on. But he sent us a little, hit the tip jar and said, I hope this helps with your tires, man. Thank you very much.
That is on the list today.
Yes, it is.
You got to get a temporary tire.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things what I'm going to do. I'm going to order the tires, which that definitely helps with that. You know, if I buy, because that's about, I can get 2 tires for about $100, you know, a little more with shipping, but then I have to play that. I'm going to have to mount them myself. So I'm actually going to call, not Les Schwab, but I'm going to call a couple other tire shops and see what, because they're being such a pain in the ass, you know, and Tim's got one of the Harbor Freight machines and stuff, but I don't know if I want to haul it out there and do that, or if I want to try it with spin. I don't know. That's a whole different. I'm sure we'll get into that one in a later video. But anyway, so I'm going to. That was what I was trying. Squirrel, skunk. But I'm going to go out and I don't know where I put them, but the tires that I took off, one had a slow leak and stuff, so I've got to go see if I can find them out there under snow, so that I go ahead and put that on, which. That way, if I need to drive it to a tire shop or something, I can just do that. You know, because this time of the year, man, when the rubber, especially using them spoons, when the rubber is as cold as it would be and is right now, man, it is a nightmare.
Yeah, not very pliable.
No, not at all. So I may end up just paying a little more to get get some done. But we definitely need to get that on that. And then this week, the weather's supposed to be good, so we're hoping to get out of here and get down and get some supplies. That's another thing. It's on my list. Probably before I even start working on that deal, I'm gonna walk out the road and see how it's looking. Because yesterday, I haven't walked out there today, but yesterday I wouldn't even attempted to take. We went out in the Ford to the post office. We got to go out. Got a few packages today, but I wouldn't even attempted it in the green bean yesterday.
Yeah, too deep.
Yeah, just deep slushy. Yeah, and that's the thing. And man, I've talked about it all winter. Is that it all settles down to the bottom, and then with the cold temps overnight, then it turns to ice. I actually fell yesterday, man. I broke my butt. Man, my elbow, my shoulder and stuff was going down to the burn barrels, man. And, you got the 6 inches of snow, and it goes down into the creek, man. And holy crap, the next thing I see my feet up here, man. Burn! Then I'm all, oh! And I slid down to the bottom of the creek.
Where was the camera?
Mad. Oh, you wouldn't have wanted it, man. That would happen. Beep, 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 beep.
Some really loud music.
So anyway, what else you got going on?
I got a ship. So, of course, moving about in the slush, I'm going to shovel stuff first, because that's another thing that shoveling the pathways is going to do.
You're going to shovel the pathways?
Sure.
Oh, she's pretty good. We got video of that. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
But then she'll give me the list of the treasures or junk we need
the
to
heavy
dig out. Yeah, so that's, what else we got? That's it? All right, so now that we had a discussion that we had to clip out because it took forever. We're not real eager to get out there in that wet, slushy mess. But let's go get something done, man. Let's see what we do today.
Hey. Like my little contraption, recycle, reuse, repurpose. This was an old water kettle that we put in the scrap pile. I needed something to shake out some salt, so I popped out the little filter there. And
everything's recycle, repurpose around here.
Recycle, reclaim, repurpose, baby.
So I'm going to pull this tire out. Cut it. We'll get it. I'm going to pull this tire out. So. It ain't good, but it's better than the one that's on there right now. And then I'm going to see, man, I was thinking I had a couple. I know this one's got a slow leak. And all I'm trying to do is get one to get by. Get by until I either order. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. Then I obviously need to come up with tubes. Man, you don't want to go nowhere and never go without a spare tire. So I'm going to take this in there. That is slush is something else to walk in. I'm going to tell you that. Whoa, man, you can't say that on camera. just throwing this up right here. You're good. You good. Here, we got all your packages.
I do. My packages are ready. Are you ready?
I don't think that it's time. Did you decide if we're going to the store or what? You forget about that.
I didn't forget about it. Kind of got distracted a little bit.
I'm waiting for an answer. This is my life, everybody.
You told me I didn't have to decide right now.
That was an hour ago.
Are you ready to leave?
No.
Okay. I'll decide by the time we leave.
That's for sure you will. First, let's go out here and take just slimy crap. Nasty, slimy crap. Alright, I gotta look right there. Oh, I see one right there. That definitely, oh, those are bad. So. That's bad, that's bad. There's one there. Oh, not the best way to keep your tires. Roll this one over, put some air in it too. Let's see if they got a slow leg, like I said, just to get me by. Get my tires on. Both of these are just ate up from the up there doing the fish fences. So we'll see which one of those holds there. One that holds there the longest wins. All right, man. So, guess we're just gonna finish off, man. This video. We've got a lot of our chores now. We're what time is it? 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Still, we got to run these packages in. Miss Kitty did decide that she needs to go to the grocery store because she wants to make chili. So she might even do a video of homemade chili now too. So there'll be a video of that coming soon. And please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Helps keep the lights on, the home fires burning, and I don't know if you can see them back there, but the propane tank's full. Going to fill too. Yeah, but that's another one of our chores for the day. Yep. And then check out the links below. Got a big sale going on eBay right now.
Yeah,
and listing new
that's
stuff.
A great way to support the homestead.
It is. Oh, that would be, and we appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
And yeah, and that's the grinding wheel. We're going to list them separate. So that we'll have those on there later tonight.
Check them out.
Check them out. Pretty cool. Other than that, man, good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise.
We'll be back again tomorrow.
See ya.